guys, Sarah here from BudgetSavvyDiva. You guys loved what to buy at the Goodwill video. I was shocked. I was really happy, and I asked you guys if you wanted to have me make a list of things not to buy at the Goodwill, and you guys were like, yeah, I want that. So here's the list. These are things I've gone to the Goodwill throughout my whole life. I've shopped there a ton, and these are things like I personally wouldn't buy. It might not be exactly what you wouldn't buy. If you have any things you wouldn't buy, just list them below, because of course something's gonna slip my mind. But the first thing I wouldn't buy is toys, especially toys like with electronic, like anything like books that make sounds or anything like that, because there's a good chance that it's running out of batteries or there's something wrong with it. I kind of just stay away from like the stuffed animals toys. I'm not a germaphobe, but I worry with things like toys about what germs are on it, or like stuffed animals. Like I would be worried if like they had animals with fleas and then it would get onto the stuffed animal. I'm always worried about fleas with my cat, and because we had fleas one time and they are horrible and difficult to get rid of, so I try, or lice, like things like that, like you have to think about. And one thing that I didn't put on the list that I'm putting out there now is I probably wouldn't get hats at the Goodwill or anything that is hair related. I don't even know if they sell anything hair related like brushes, but they do sell accessories like maybe during Halloween time, like bows and stuff. I don't know, but anything like hat related I wouldn't buy at the Goodwill. I wouldn't want to get lice. Okay, another thing is board games, and that's something I've looked for. I love a good board game. I remember, this is pretty random, in elementary school there was like a kind of garage sale, a massive garage sale, and I picked up the I Love Lucy game. I grew up loving watching I Love Lucy reruns, and this was I Love Lucy game, and I must have played it 100 times. I just loved it, and so you can really get really good board games that you would never ever see. So I always look at the Goodwill because of that, and I'm always like wary that they won't have all the pieces in them. And I do find that the prices are kind of high. I remember I was like 8 years old and I talked to the person for the I Love Lucy game, and I got it for $3. I talked them down, so I was a budget savvy little girl, whippersnapper. Anyway, so I probably wouldn't buy a board game unless it was like still sealed, and those board games are super expensive. They're like $10, the ones I see near me, so I never buy board games. Next are baking pans. I love baking, and I love to get as many pans as possible, and the baking pans like at the Goodwill, like they're supposed to be flat and they're like warped, so they're really well used, but not in a good way. And that you don't want like warped pans because that's uneven heating, so I would stay away from baking pans. I would definitely buy like cupcake pans, that sort of thing, but not baking pans, the ones that are flat. Next thing are holiday items, and this is something actually that I have a problem with. If I go into the Goodwill during Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever sort of time, Christmas time, I'm gonna want to buy all their stuff up that's for the holidays because I think I'm getting a great price. Yeah, you're getting a great price, but it's for pretty much used items. And if I would take my own advice and know when to buy things, then I would know after Halloween buy the clearance items for next Halloween. So you can buy clearance items for less of the cost of what you're buying at the Goodwill, or it's brand new, which is better than used, for the same price as it would be for the Goodwill. You just have to plan ahead. I personally have a really hard time with that. I don't know if you guys do either. I just like, I see something and I want it, and I don't think, maybe you should plan this better. Next thing, gotta flip the page, are shoes. Okay, so there's a lot of shoes at the Goodwill, and I just can't get behind buying shoes at the Goodwill unless they're like brand new. You can tell like they're new, still have the tags on them, but just like the thought of like foot odor and just stuff growing in it, it just grosses me out. I rather save money and other things and buy new shoes. That's just my personal preference. It just kind of eeks. There's no way to like make sure it's completely clean. Anyway, that's one of the things I'm like, I can't clean you enough for my satisfaction. Alright, like plates and stuff like that, you can clean it and you're like, it's clean, but shoes, not so much. Like on the inside, oh. Okay, next thing, kind of going in the same line as that, is linens. I find that their linens are actually kind of expensive, and they're usually like in a gallon-sized bag or whatever, like a big baggie. And I just can't really get behind buying it. Even though you could wash it, I kind of want to limit how much I'm sleeping on things other people have slept on in terms of linen. I never even really like to go to a hotel. I actually bring like my own pillowcase. Okay, I'm just like some sort of really silly person when it comes to that. I just really like to make sure I'm not getting other people's germs. So hopefully that makes sense and I don't seem too weird about that, but linens I would stay away from. I kind of want to always buy like the throw pillows and stuff, but I stay away from that too because they're actually kind of expensive and you don't know what's been thrown up on throw pillows. You know, I just rather make my own, which I have a tutorial for, and I'll link it down below how you can make a throw pillow really simple and easy. When I want to buy something and I can't, I usually DIY it. Alright, and then the last thing are TVs. Usually like a TV, I know if you send a TV to the Goodwill, it's probably maybe something wrong with it, and it would take more than just plugging it in and turning it on to see if it's working or not. That's kind of why I wouldn't personally buy a TV at the Goodwill. So that is my list. I definitely think the Goodwill is awesome. That's why there's more pros items than con items. I just, like for me, going into a thrift store or Goodwill, I think, what's the gross factor? And is it the best time to buy these things? Can I buy it somewhere else? And is the quality good? I guess that's pretty much what I go with. The gross factor is like the number one thing. I get grossed out pretty easily. Hopefully you like this. Let me know what kind of other buying guides you guys would like. Costco or somewhere else. Or Target, Walmart, all that fun stuff. Just let me know what you would like. And make sure to like this video if you liked it. Comment, because I like reading your guys' comments. It makes me happy. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I have a lot of videos coming up and I don't want you to miss any of them. Alright guys, bye until next time.